Hello everybody. So I'm just gonna basically in this video talk about, well, let's put it like this. You know, I've made videos in the past talking about how the last decade was just how the 2010s was probably the worst decade in my entire life, and probably I'd say probably one of the worst decades ever. I mean, it was completely and utterly, you know, everything just seemed to be, you know, everything sucked. You know, video games, video games no longer are interested anymore. Music just got worse. Society as a whole got worse. And, you know, everything just seemed to go downhill. It was nothing compared to the 2000s. Now, that's nothing compared to what this decade is going to bring. Let's put it like this. The 2010s are nothing compared to how bad this decade is going to be. And I know it's going to be bad because, you know, things are just going to get worse, guys. And it's not just the world. It's everything. Music's getting worse. Video games are just getting worse. Movies are just rubbish now. Everything just sucks. Everything's just rubbish. And you know, I know I'm all over the place with this video. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. I'm in one of those moods to do a video, and I just wanted to do this because I just do not like this era we're living in, guys. I just don't like this era. I really do not like this time we're living in. I despise this time we're living in. When I compare it to 15, 20 years ago, there's just this huge gap between then and now. And it was a completely different universe back then to what it is now. And, you know, we're now we live in an era now where basically things are a lot different now. You know, we're living in a fucking pandemic, a fucking virus. We've got to wear masks everywhere. We've got extreme fucking weather. Everything just sucks today. This world, everything is just not the way it used to be. And I just can't stand it. I hate this era. I hate this time we're living in. You know, I just can't see any good. Going forward, I can't see any good. There is nothing that's going to be good about this decade. Nothing that's going to be good about this decade at all. The 2020s are going to be worse than the 2010s. Because this fucking pandemic is never going to end. You know, all this talk about a fucking vaccine by the end of next year, and then saying there's not going to be one, and then saying all this, that and the other about wearing masks for the next 3 years, and then saying that we might have to go back into lockdown in winter. Yeah, I have never known the world to be like this, guys. Never known the world to be like this. And like I've said before, there is no hope for the future because things are getting worse. You know, just take a look, observe what's happened over the last decade, and then just contrast it into the future. Things are getting worse, not better. And it doesn't just apply to music or movies or entertainment or anything like that. It applies to the world as a whole. And you can't, you know, everything is just not the way it used to be. You can't even say anything anymore without someone being offended by it. Free speech has been wiped away. You know, it's, I don't know. Everything is just getting worse, you know. And I'm sorry, I just do not have any hope for the future. The future is going to suck, because things are just going to get worse and worse and worse, like they have done over the last decade. The 2010s was basically the gateway to basically everything sucking hard. I've not known a single good year since 2009, guys. That was the last good year I had. It was 2009. That was the last year that I have any happy memories of. Every year since then has been completely not a fucking trash. And it's getting worse. It's going to get worse. The 2020s, they're going to make the 2010s look like a fucking, you know, they're going to make the 2010s look like a Disney film compared to what we're going to get this decade. Music, it won't just be that. It won't just be everything else. Music's going to get worse. That, you know, it's just going to become more computerized, more talentless people getting fame they don't deserve. Video games are going to get worse. They're going to get more boring and generic. They're going to get more, basically, nothing. You know, video games, they're not, like I said before, video games are not interesting anymore. All video games that are released nowadays look the same, and that's exactly what they're not interesting to play. They just don't have any appeal at all. Movies are getting worse. It's just all politically correct garbage, and that's going to get worse as well. We're going to have more pandemics. Don't think that this is the fucking only one we're going to have. We're going to see more of these, I'm sure of it. Because this world is changing not for the better, for the worst. And I'm sorry I sound doom and gloom. I'm just really pissed off, guys. You know, I can't see any way forward that fills me with any optimism. I just can't. I just can't see any way forward. Sorry for dampening you, whatever, but that's the video. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Thanks for watching. I'll try and do another game review or related video in the future. If you've got any suggestions, by the way, guys, if any games you want me to take a look at, that you want me to do a rant on, please feel free to comment. It'll give me some ideas for future videos. Thank you very much.